Okay, so the scene is getting pretty,
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that happened. That happened last night. That wasn't Iraq. No. That wasn't Afghanistan. That wasn't some third world shithole. That wasn't no war zone. Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, that was a war zone. That was a war zone on the streets of America last night. St. Louis, to be exact, ladies and gentlemen. A place where they refuse to protect their citizens. And not only can they not protect their citizens, the police can no longer protect themselves. This shit has got out of control. This isn't about Black Lives Matter. This isn't peaceful protest. No. You know what this is? This is attack on America by insurrectionists. Antifa and other instigators have no longer just started to harass the police. There is open conflicts on the streets of America. There are people dying, officers being killed, civilians being beat to death. This shit has gone on too long. Donald Trump said he wants to bring in the troops. What happened? The media says he's racist for wanting to bring in the troops. He's anti-protesters. Did this look like a protest to you? Those cops having to fight to save their lives from an overwhelming armed mob? Was that a peaceful protest? No. That was a war zone. Let's look at some of the stuff you see when you see a war zone. What's some of the stuff you normally see? Burning cars, burning buildings, a lot of gunfire, people running for their lives, people trying to fight for their lives. So yeah, that was a war zone last night. And when the police are engaged like this, having to fight for their lives, who's there to protect the people? What's going on to the people? We heard Antifa talking about how they wanted to take the fight to the suburbs. Well, what else happened last night? Let's see what Antifa did last night, ladies and gentlemen. Roll it.
They're going inside someone's home? No.
They're going into his home. No. That's all the man said in this clip as he recorded people invading his neighbor's home and then cuts to black because they're about to invade his home and he has to protect himself. There's no help coming for him. There's no police that are available to go protect these people. So he's on his own. If that was me, ladies and gentlemen, you wouldn't have got a no. As soon as I seen you going into my neighbor's house and attacking them, I would have let off a barrage of AR-15 gunfire to anyone that tried to approach my house. Because, ladies and gentlemen, in that moment, you are fighting for your life. You are fighting to protect your family from an angry mob who is out there looting. And Antifa said they were going to do it. They used Twitter to do it openly. They used Twitter to tell their followers to take the protest from the cities and attack the suburbs, and that's what they did. Nothing was done about it. No censorship, no bans. Everybody on social media seen it. Everybody knew it was coming. If you live in a state that allows you to have guns, guess what? You were strapped last night. If you're a Republican and you believe in your Second Amendment, you're armed right now because your life depends on it. So I don't want to hear anything about gun restriction anymore. Because when you ask me why I own an AR-15, it's because of shit like that. To protect myself because the police are fighting for their lives and they can't come protect me. That's why I own a gun, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I'm training my daughter how to shoot. That's the reason my wife knows how to shoot. That's the reason we know how to protect ourselves, because when shit hits the fan, as an American, that's all you have is yourself and your gun. So I don't want to hear shit about gun control. I don't want to hear anybody going after my Second Amendment, because this is all the proof we need, ladies and gentlemen, that freedom's not free, and if you want to protect yourself, you're going to need to be armed, because ain't nobody coming for your help in that situation. They said this was about Black Lives Matter. They said this was peaceful protest. All that's been proven a lie. I could drop video and video and video of cops being mowed down, cops fighting for their life, cops being ran over, just pure chaos. People being beat in front of their businesses, ganging up on people for wearing a shirt with the American flag. If you don't agree with their beliefs, they're attacking you. This is an insurrection on this country, ladies and gentlemen, and it's time to bring the troops in. It's time. Donald Trump gave the governors a chance and they failed miserably, and people are suffering. The silent majority is out there paying the consequence because we don't go out. We don't protest. We don't burn anything down. We're trying to live our lives and get this country back to where it needs to be because we're in a shit situation because of this pandemic. We're trying to open back up, and these people are trying to burn it down while we work. How is that allowed? Because the government lets it. The governors are out there letting this shit happen. In the blue states, in the ghettos, the places where this matters. Black communities are being destroyed by Antifa. They're being burned down, and the news starts portraying this as peaceful protest when it's a load of shit. Take Kumo, for example. Kumo said when Donald Trump said we need to deploy the troops, that was anti-protest, people calling him a racist. Poll came out that 60% of his people support troops being deployed to put this down because they're the ones suffering. What's Kumo do? Gets on TV today and tries to shift the blame like he did with the nursing homes. That's what he did. Blames the mayor and blames the police. When their leader told them to let this happen, they're the ones that are at fault. No, dude, you're the one at fault. Just like you were with the nursing homes and COVID-19. So we're tired of your shit too. If you live in New York, do me a favor. Vote red. If you want this to change, vote red. You live in any blue state right now, that's where this shit's happening. You better go out and vote. November 3rd, you better vote, or it's just going to get worse. Now they know this works, it's going to happen all the time. Until Donald Trump puts out the Inscerection Act, sends in the troops, and handles his shit this self, because that's how this is going to have to be done, ladies and gentlemen. Because the governors can't do it, so now the military is going to have to do it. Let me get this straight. I believe in freedom. Freedom's not free. I'm an American. I'm a patriot. Do I want to see American boots on the ground in U.S. soil having to enforce a curfew? No. No, I don't want to see that. But I don't want to see our communities destroyed, our people attacked, people dying, people being beat, our police being attacked, fighting for their lives on the street. I don't want to see that. And if it takes sending in the troops to put this down, then guess what? Send in the troops, because it has to be done. And for everybody saying, oh, this is about Black Lives Matter, this is about Black Lives Matter, I'm going to leave you with a clip from a lady whose life has been destroyed. She lives in a black community. She can no longer get food, go shopping, go anywhere. She had a couple places around her where she lived, where she worked, where she bought what she needed. And they all have been burnt to the ground just like every other black community by Antifa. And I'm going to let her close this video out. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, freedom's not free. Follow the page, support the cause, spread the word. I'll bring you the shit they don't want you to hear. And together, we can save this country.
How was last night?
Scary. I live in the high-rise right back here, and I seen them as they came down Lake Street. But then they turned and started coming over here, and I'm sitting out looking out my window. And they went straight to Office Max, the dollar store, and every store over here that I go to. I have nowhere to go now. I have no way to get there because the buses aren't running. These people did this for no reason. It's not going to bring George back here. George is in a better place than we are. And last night, I'm going to be honest, I wish I was where George was because this is ridiculous. These people are tearing up our livelihood. This is the only place I could go to shop.